Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Strategy Guide, where we show you how to get strategic victories and tactical victories in your favorite video games. Hey guys, I'm 12. Here back with another episode of Strategy Guide, and today I'm not continuing the UEF campaign and showing the strategy guide for that, but I am going to show you the strategic know-how of multiplayer / skirmish. I'm doing skirmish mode for this, but I'm also going to show you what you would do in multiplayer, as skirmish mode is pretty much multiplayer, but you fight AIs, and while being put into a lobby with randoms, I wouldn't mind playing, but for the sake of being able to pause it and explain stuff when I need to, for the sake of the video, I'm going to just be playing on this skirmish mode. So what I'm going to do is we are playing Supremacy. Now, Supremacy is the preferred one, as it's like literally all-out war. Assassinations just go is more objective-based, where it's like just go for the enemy ACU. Infinite War is pretty much like Supremacy, but even after you defeat your enemies, the game mode just doesn't end, and you can just pretty much becomes an open sandbox with the game's limitations, and you can just set up a bunch of artillery, see what the heck happens and whatnot, so forth. So we're pretty much doing Supremacy, which pretty much means all military units and all military buildings have to be taken down. That does not include like AA or stuff like that. Like you have to take out all their military units, like all military units. Anything that can also rebuild a military as well, such as an engineer, because they can't build a military themselves, but they can build a facility, which then can make a military and so forth. So, we're gonna get right into it. I'm doing this. I'm gonna do maybe 2 more videos of this. One is Cyber and one is Illuminate. For now, I'm just doing UEF. I'll do the other one, like, when I start the campaign and whatnot. Actually, I can do, in the order that I unlock, the campaigns, I have to do Illuminate next for the campaigns, and then Cyber. But if you want me to do Cyber first for Skirmish Mode Strategy Guide, let me know in the comment section down below, or if you'd rather have me do it as Illuminate, leave that in the comment section down below as well. And if you take the time to leave any comments, questions, or feedback for me in the comment section down below, it's always highly appreciated. And let's get right into this. So we're gonna launch the game, and the thing you're gonna need to know is that you're gonna, in skirmish mode, you'll start with 1 ACU, that is your command, but your central officer, and then you have your 2 engineers. What you're gonna do is tell your ACU to make a mass extractor, your other 2 to make mass extractors at the mass extraction sites as you will spawn your 4. Then your ACU will build the mass extractor faster, not just because it starts first, and then you will tell that to build the second one and so forth. Note, there is not a rush timer, so you have to make everything fast, dig in, make a good defense to begin with before you can assault, because other people will try to assault you first. Okay, so just as I said, before the engineers are even halfway done with theirs, we got this. So we're going to have him move down here, start building his own. And then what we're going to do is have a engineer go up here, build the mass extractor there, have someone build energy generators there. Then we're going to have our ACU build a air base, and we're going to start providing air support. Now the reason we're providing air support is because we are farthest from enemy lines. This is our ally. We can share vision, but we do not share radar vision. So I can see what he sees, but I cannot see what his radar sees. Speaking of which, radar is pretty important. They already have a base up, so I need to get a base up too. Now, it costs a lot. Like, a land base is 280. It costs a lot for some of these installations, like defense-wise, early on. So what you want to do is go straight for structures and upgrade the one for training and reduce cost, because in total this one reduces cost by 3% for all levels of training, but for every faction you pretty much get 10% more damage output and 10% more health for all your buildings. So I pretty much just reduced the cost by 7%. Now what I'm going to do is immediately build an air factory. I'm probably just going to end up with 2. The reason I'm putting my air factories back here is if an AI tells them to move airplanes to here, the most direct route will be here, so I'm going to set up a lot of AA here a little bit later on. Also, do note, I'm going for structures because you definitely want a nuke defense silo before 10 minutes. It's a little bit different if you're Cyberman because you have a nuke silo and a nuke defense silo all in one structure. Unlike that, we have to make them as 2 separate things. So right now I'm going to build a shield and the AA and all this installations. Now we do have radar for us, so that's going to be good. Now I'm going to set up another one of these energy generators. Now normally I end up with about 10 at the late game, which is what you'll definitely need to have if you have a technology of mass converter, which you definitely want to go for because that will help you build more research stations and get all of this other stuff going. So, now that we got this, I want to help base development, so I'm going to build 2 engineers. And what I'm going to do here is build all of these. And then I'm going to have it build bombers, and then tell it to repeat build. I'm actually going to have it build 1 of each, so it's going to build 1 bomber, then another. It's going to build a bomber, then it's going to build a fighter, bomber, fighter, back and forth. And we're going to go from there. Okay, so early on, getting as much mass as possible is one of the best things to do. Also, if you have any AA, which is most likely how they're going to attack you from the beginning, unless they have air transports, but they're probably not going to research that often. As you guys can see here, my allies are already in mid-combat, and we don't have anything to support them with yet. So I'm going to have my ACU tell them to directly support this and speed up the building of our air units for the sake of this. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to build some AA right here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce the build time, or the time it takes to build things. Now, I'm lucky that energy generators don't cost that much energy nor mass, but you're definitely going to want a lot of energy generators, because if you look at the map on my platform, I only have 6 spots available for mass extraction sites, so I can only have 6 mass extractors on this platform that I'm starting out on. Don't worry, we can get that all fixed up and ready to go. Like we'll be set for mass once you get a mass extractor, because if you have like 10 of these energy generators, leave it alone for like 5 minutes, you'll have 20,000, and I usually, once I'm making that much energy, I don't go below 10,000 in case I actually need to spend it on things, but I won't convert stuff to where I go below 10,000 energy when converting mass. That is just me. Okay, now the reason I'm making a mixture of bombers and fighters is because I want to be able to fend off enemy planes, but I also want to provide support for their ground units. Now, from the looks of it, they already lost an air factory, but they have 2 land factories. Their ACU is slightly damaged, and I'd like to get more units to them. So when I get 5 of each, I'll send some support over to them. So I'm going to try and work on that. Meanwhile, I want to set up another AA here, trust me. AA defenses are good. Now, in terms of turrets, I would rate the Luminant turrets are probably the best at long range. You're going to need more of them because they don't focus on... They don't have as much high defense or rate of fire or high damage, but the best thing is that they have long range. So if it's turret versus turret, I guess you could build yours farther away from the enemy's turret and still be able to attack it, which is good, I guess, if you're only building turrets of those, although that would cost a butt ton of mass and energy and a whole lot of other things. So, now I got like 3 things working this. Okay, now I'm going to send some minor support here. Not a whole lot, but it's the best I can do at the moment. Do not want my ally to get rushed and destroyed early on. Trust me, I've had people who lose their ACU early on, and that can be bad because if you do not have This technology right here, core dump, which is one of the most important ones to get, but what's more important is preventing you from getting nuked, which is why you have to go for structures first, is that ACUs can go nuclear. But what you can do is transport your ACU right into the middle of the enemies, and they'll fire right upon it, because their turrets automatically fire at any other enemy unit, and you want to know what happens? They'll literally demolish anything and they'll literally attack it. And when that happens, they'll get demolished because your ACU will go nuclear up in a mushroom cloud, and then everything goes like boom and destroys. Okay, so like I said, we want to get technology and structures, so now I'm going to start working on that. We're going to start building we're going to start building all of our research stations. I'm probably going to end up with about 12. So we're going to go from there. Now I need to actually take my engineer here. And I want to build a second land factory, say, right here. Always good to have a backup if you're not gonna make that many land units, don't build that many factories, but always have at least two so you can have one as a backup. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is definitely gonna start making some tanks. But I don't want to, like, have it constantly pump out tanks. So I'm not sure what I want to do yet. I don't think I'm going to need tanks quite yet. But what I definitely know I want to do is you definitely want to build defenses right here if you are starting in this position. The main reason being is that their main base is here. My allies, they have turrets, they have factories, hopefully with attachments to shoot down people from AA. And they have a few rocket tanks here. My guess is my ally's going to expand to here and get all of these mass extraction sites. I don't like to expand out to here because that means you also have to defend this area. In this area, you have to spread out your troops. And if someone focuses all their units at you, you're done for. It's called outnumbering at the point of attack. It's probably one of the best strategies ever. And the build was paused because we ran out of resources for it. So, now I think I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna set up another energy generator. Another research station shall get things going. I have increased our research income by 20%. Definitely one of the best things you want to do. Now, I'm going to actually wait till we get more mass for that because I don't want to pause any other builds. Then again, that would pause the build if they don't have enough. So, I think I'm gonna go get all of these attachments. It's always good to buy these because that means the base themselves have some form of defense. Although the AA turret on here is probably not as good as the one that you actually have itself, because you can buy upgrades for training so that your structures do more damage, and AA turrets and ground turrets count as structures, but I don't think that applies to attachments. So you might want to keep that in mind when you're making stuff like this. Okay, probably gonna have another air base down here. Okay, probably gonna, I don't know. Definitely know I want 12. Probably gonna end up with 12 at the end game of this. Hold on. 2 ground turrets for now, if I know they're definitely gonna attack from here by dropping down troops here instead of right in the middle of my base, which is gonna be kind of hard to do when I have AA. I'm probably gonna have like a total of 5 turrets here, maybe 3 shields for all of these, and then maybe 3 short-range artillery. As short-ranged artillery is built and more designed to hit people at a distance, but it's designed to hit people at a distance before they get in range of your turrets or to do damage to you. It's more designed for distance fighting, but for defensively, whereas the long-range ones are designed for distance fighting, but offensively. Okay, so now I'm going to take this, and I'm going to build some AA right next to this radar station, because I'd like to know if enemy troops are moving, like within my area here. How are my air units doing? Okay. Not that bad. They're sending engineers. Now, engineers can reclaim stuff, even if they're alive or dead. Like, let's just say, a fighter comes near here, an enemy fighter, my AA shoots it down and it lands right here. I could reclaim the rubble and get some of the mass back. But what I could also do is if there was like a ground unit that's still active, that's an enemy, I could reclaim that as well. I mean, I could reclaim something if I misplace a building, if I want to. But, usually I don't ask, but that's very rare that I do that. That's only if I misplace something. Okay, so now I need 5 more to get a mass converter, because we're already getting 25% more mass, so hopefully things shall go a little bit more easily for us. Now what do I have? Oh, I don't have this. I guess I didn't have the mass for it at the time. And anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna have to end this video here. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you did, don't forget to stay tuned. I'm gonna show the next part of the strategy guide. I'm literally gonna record it like right after this. So don't forget to watch that. If you leave any comments, questions, or feedback for me in the comment section down below, it's always highly appreciated, and I'll see you guys later.